so much wow factor. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Attaché Wine. Turn the line up a little bit. Welcome. I'm your host, Nick. I'm really stoked for you to join me tonight on another episode of What's Nick Drinking. I'm going to open up something good and show a classic style or producer that you need to know about. If you're not already, you need to hit the follow button. Make sure you are the first to get all my new content, wine reviews, wine recommendations, wine education, dinnertainment. I mean, you can put on Instagram and listen to me talk about wine and enjoy the wine right there, enjoying some food pairings as well. What a night, you know? You can have a great time. Invite friends, invite a special lady, a special man. Nothing sets the mood like Attaché Wine. Even better, I'm gonna start uploading these videos to YouTube. I have a new channel. It's called Attaché Wine. Got onto TikTok as well. If you want some really quick, just funny videos about wine, I'm doing 60-second wine reviews, and my handle there is @Som in 60 seconds. And on Facebook, brand new page, Attaché Wine's fan page on Facebook. You know, basically wherever you are, wherever you're enjoying life and sharing your life, Attaché Wine is there. So let's get into the wine. I had to have a white wine. I had to have something super refreshing at the end of the day. I am drinking Vacheron Sancerre, Domaine Vacheron Sancerre. The grape is Sauvignon Blanc. Sancerre Blancs are 100% Sauvignon Blanc. I'm sure you guys have had some Sauvignon Blancs before, but maybe not from this region. Sancerre is considered kind of the archetype or the pinnacle of Sauvignon Blanc. So this is definitely a mark that you need to have if you love Sauvignon Blanc. Bring you up to speed a little bit on what this wine is all about. We are in France. More specifically, we're in the Loire Valley, which is really central France, and the valley runs from the Atlantic Ocean straight inland along the Loire River, and kind of like the very eastern end of this area is where the town of Sancerre is. If you see a Sancerre Rouge, it's Pinot Noir. And if you see a rosé from Sancerre, it's most likely Gamay. So those are pretty much the three grapes that they do there. And that's what I love about France, is that they are rule followers. And they make the rules. They've worked on this style of wine for centuries, and that is just what they do. And so you know when you're drinking wine from that town, you know what you're getting. So if you like one Sancerre, chances are you're probably gonna like 10 of them. One thing that's super, super special about Sancerre, and the end of the Loire Valley, there is this vein of chalky soil. It's an old seabed soil that's full of this limestone chalk. It's full of like old fossils, oyster shells. That vein runs all the way through Chablis, which is famous for Chardonnay. But Chablis also has a chalky mouthfeel, chalk kind of sensation, I think of like eraser dust. And then if you keep heading north, you can hit Champagne. True Champagne, grown in these chalky soils, has like this chalky mouthfeel. It's kind of savory, kind of dries your mouth out a bit, and you really want that next bite of food. So let's talk about the Domaine for a minute. Domaine Vacheron, it's their family name. They are synonymous with quality throughout the region. They're a third generation winery. It's been around since 1900. Their great-great-grandfather tended the vines. The grandfather took over, kind of upped the quality and reputation, and then really solidified by the third generation incorporating biodynamic farming into the vineyards. But biodynamic essentially is treating the vineyard and the winery kind of, as one inclusive organism and one inclusive unit. Everything feeds off of each other and kind of this circle of life, like Lion King thing. Then kind of in hand with that, once the fruit comes into the winery, there's more of a natural style of winemaking, They're not using commercial yeast. This wine ferments with indigenous yeast. That means yeast that's in the air. There's another soil type that you need to know about called silex. Silex has a little bit more of this flinty, like this gun smoke, firecracker kind of thing. So all in all, Domaine Vacheron, not only we're in Sancerre, the pinnacle of Sauvignon Blanc, but we're drinking one of the best producers that's out there. Gosh, I can't wait any longer. I'm so excited. I'm gonna taste this wine and I hope you enjoy it. Wow. So this wine is definitely clear. They bottle unfiltered, so I'm seeing some particles kind of floating around in the wine. Normally with Sauvignon Blanc, it can be like water white in color, and I'm catching tons of gold with this. So I'm just kind of expecting a little deeper, more full wine. As far as nose, first thing is kind of this green herbaceous quality, chive or thyme. I always think of basil. I think of fresh basil. I actually don't hear a lot of other people saying basil, but I personally always get it. Grapefruit, citrus aroma, a little bit of lemon, almost like lemon skin. Lime, of course. A lot of that citrus is coming through. Certainly the stones, the rocks that I was talking about, white stone, a little bit of that maybe flinty or smoky character. It's pretty full-bodied. It's more stone-fruited on the palate, more of that white peach, like underripe nectarine, like when it's still kind of like stiff and crunchy. Stone fruit's awesome on this. Wow. It's so soft, and then the acidity just like kicks in the back. Why it's such a good food wine. That's also why you need like high acid on the plate. This could match that those really tart, zippy vinaigrettes. One of the highest cheeses in acidity is goat cheese, and so that's a classic pairing, goat cheese and Sancerre. Also, I love sushi with this wine. As I'm finishing the wine and really thinking about the flavors, that's kind of when that chalkiness kicks in for me. It kind of dries my palate out. That paired with the minerality adds for this like really long finish, this lots of mouthfeel, and it's all balanced by the high acid that's making you salivate, kind of then coming in and cleaning out those kind of chalky and rocky flavors. It's all purposeful. This is just like the beauty of Sancerre, why it's so cool. So much wow factor. It's incredibly refreshing wine. Actually surprised by kind of the full-bodiedness of the wine. Usually just with crisp whites, they seem kind of lean. I looked back at an older vintage and it was only 12.5% alcohol. So 2018 vintage is 14% alcohol. So more than that, what we would expect from red wines of California. And that's not something I would love in Sancerre. I want it to be more imbalanced and be maybe a little leaner and a little more fresh feeling tasting. Still a really beautiful wine that I would definitely recommend. 90 plus points from Wine Advocate, Spectator. It's really, like I said, it's a hallmark producer of the area. It's really respected. It's one you have to try at some point. Sweet. So you want to know where to get this wine, and I always try to help the viewers with where they can find it. But Vacheron is a very small producer, and the wine can be a little bit hard to find. I did see it on wine.com, so if you like shopping there, I think it's pretty rad. I mean, they have everything, so you can fill up a cart with awesome stuff and get it delivered right to your door pretty well. It was $41.99 on wine.com. So whites from the Loire are super rad. They're freaking great. Well, guys, that's all I got for you. I hope you fell in love with Sancerre tonight and found an awesome producer in Domaine Vacheron. I'll leave you with a cheers and a swirl. Keep on drinking great wine.